Alright everybody, we are live and ready. Today, we're going to be doing Pokemon Red with Raichu. We did Jolteon on Monday. Was it Monday? Yeah, it was Monday. And it did not do the best. It did pretty good though, but we have a problem with Raichu. I hope y'all looked at the level up moveset, but we have only one offensive move, Thunder Shock. We're going to have to use Struggle for Brock. It's not like with Pikachu, where you could theoretically grind to level 20 for Slam or something. Raichu doesn't get any of that. Raichu doesn't get Slam. So we're going to have to use Struggle. And fortunately, because of how Struggle works, we could actually use Math for Brock. We'd have to figure out the minimum level to where we can take out Brock and have plenty of wiggle room for HP. Excuse me. Struggle down Light Years Trainer. This is a run where you can't do Light Years Trainer blackout grinding. Like, you legitimately can't. And I don't want to use Struggle on him because I want to go into Brock with one use of Growl to make the Geodude slightly more consistent. So we pretty much... I mean, if we were to fight him, it would have to be earlier in the run. Like, maybe go through the forest, get Struggle, defeat the Junior Trainer, then heal up, then go back to the forest. That would probably be how I'd have to do it. But burning through that many uses of Growl and Thunder Wave just to beat the Junior Trainer once, I don't think that's worth it. I literally don't think that is. But anyway, since Brock has 16 HP on the Geodude, and, or no, here's the recoil that Axie did the math for. We're going to take 16 HP in recoil on Geodude and 18 on Brock. because you just gotta take the HP stats of them and cut it in half, because I think in Gen 1, Struggle is half the damage you deal. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's half the damage you deal. So we need 34 HP to beat Brock, but that's assuming we never get hit. But at level 18, we could beat Brock because that gives us 24 HP of wiggle room for like Geodude tackles, Onyx tackles, or bides. But it is real risky. But at level 20, though, we would have 30 HP of recoil, but of wiggle room. But honestly, getting the extra 2 levels from 18 to 20 is going to take so much time. I think it will literally be faster to just do level 18 and just commit the Aerodactyl grind. We want to do odd amounts of damage. 3 HP is 1 recoil. I mean, true, I'm not sure we'll be able to completely control that, though. I think I'm just going to grind to 18, go in with 1 growl, and see how that works. I will record a root file, too, so maybe after the run we'll look at it. Speaking of which, I'll need to open that up. Right here. New route. Red with Raichu. Create new route. Enable recording. Okay. Growl is awful to drain. Yeah, that's why I think we're not going to be able to fight the junior trainer even once. Because it would just take too long. Anyway, why don't we get started, shall we? This is going to be quite awful. Alright, root files, splits, good to go. Alright, but yeah, once... Oh, better update the crit modifier. That is not the correct crit chance. That XP makes the calculation messy. Yeah, there really isn't a good way to train for attack stat XP in the early game. I don't think the early route has Mankey on it in Red and Blue. I think that's a yellow exclusive thing. Yellow, and then Fire Red and Leaf Green. Yeah, there really isn't a good way. I know if you train if you train in the grass south of Route 2, or south of Pewter, I meant, you can actually get decent speed in there. Like, I remember Steve tested it out. If you need a high level for Brock, training in the Route 2 grass instead of Viridian Forest could net you like an extra 1 or 2 speed points. And for slow Pokemon, that might actually matter. But I don't really think there's a way to do that for attack, though. Even then, I'm not sure it would affect the output that much. Oh, better update the crit chance. I put that in manually because I don't know how to code that in. Sure, I could, but I'll just calculate it myself. And 21.48% chance. Alright, there we go. Pretty good crit chance, at least. Oh, I added a couple more games to the music pool. I added Pokemon Sun and Moon music in there. Some of the music's pretty good. Okay, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. We're gonna need this potion. I know a lot of people will customize their color palette when doing solo runs to like match the Pokemon. I used to do that for the backports, but for my regular red runs, I pretty much just do all red. Like, the first and the second tier shading is all the same color red. Because I think this is how it would look on the Game Boy Color. Hey look, there's the easiest fight. Oh yeah, forest training in red is slower. That is true compared to yellow version. But I remember we had this whole debate on, like, in red version, should you do south of Pewter or should you do Viridian Forest? I think in the end, though, the forest is still better. While the encounter rate is lower and it looks slower, you're going to have to defeat, like, 3 Rattatas to make up for 1 Metapod. And if you encounter 3 Metapods in a row, that's effectively, like, 12 Rattatas worth of XP. I think if you have absolutely horrendous luck, the forest will be slower, but I think on average the forest will still be faster. So after I defeat the trainers and the optional battle with the rival, I'm going to do Forest. But if you need speed for Brock, then I'd say it's worth training on Route 2. I'm going to have to black out anyway, so I may as well just spend my money. Wow, that gust actually kind of hurt. Hey, we gained 2 levels in that fight. That's really good. Hey, look, level 4 Nidoran. Now I can go speedrun the game. Oop. Oop. Quite sloppy early game. Also, the reason I spent a bunch of my money on antidotes is because the Viridian Mart doesn't have potions in red and blue, but potions aren't really too important for this thing. But the antidotes might be useful in case I get poisoned in the forest. I mean, if I don't need them, I can always just sell them in Vermilion when I'm buying repels. I can always sell them. I mean, I'm not really good with, like, bag management for the red and blue solo runs. Like, if I wanted the extremely good times, I could skip gym leader dialogue, but I'm not that picky with the time, so I don't really care. Like, if you care about the lowest possible time for Gen 1 solo run specifically, I'd say go for it, but it's just not something I'm willing to do. Alright, so I'm just going to defeat a few more wild Pokemon. Hey, level 6. Damn it. Well, that was a waste. I was really hoping that one shot. Do I have enough money for an escape rope? Yeah. I'm going to use this when I need to heal. Alright, guys, so we're going to be here a little bit. So, how's everybody's day doing? I've had a pretty busy day. I did a whole bunch of editing this morning for the December videos, and I recorded 2 voiceovers. And a little spoiler alert, 2 of the videos for Daily December are actually going to be versus videos. I recorded one of those today, and the voiceover video file ended up being like 39 minutes. So I'm sure the actual versus race video will probably be like 44 once you account for all the gym leader intros. That's going to be a fun one. And then after that, I recorded a pretty small one. It was such a good Pokemon. The voiceover was like 20 minutes. Because there really was nothing to add. It kept one-shotting everything. Yeah, it's a shame Raichu's in the medium-fast group, too. Speed ran a round of disc golf during lunch. 34 minutes. Nice. Hey, Smash Math. Oh, I forgot to make a forum post in Scott's solo running server about Raichu. What I'm going to try and start doing is I'll make a little forum in there. I'll post the live stream link in there, and then that way, after the stream's over, I'll go back in and edit put the results in. Axew did it? Oh, thanks, Axew. Yeah, when the stream's over, I'll go in there and put in my summary, and I'll provide the root file, too. That's kind of what I noticed. Scott has a little channel for, like, sharing stream links, but those always seem to get lost. So I think it makes a lot of sense. If you're doing a solo run of a Pokemon that doesn't have a forum link in there, just make one yourself and make the first message be the link to the stream, and then afterwards you can put in some notes. So that way it's all organized. Oh, I'm happy about the Jolteon results. It did a lot better than I thought. I think, if I remember correctly, I think I overtrained in that run. Because I needed a minimum of like 53 for Giovanni, but I was 56. Either I did too much training or I picked up too many rare candies. Probably too much training. So I'm sure a few minutes of training can be cut out of that run. But I'll leave that for Zealouspawn to do, because he always seems to destroy everybody's times. Man, this leveling up is not fun, dude. It takes such a long time to get from 12 to 13. You know what's funny, though? Theoretically, if all the Geodude did was spam Defense Curl, and all the Onix did was spam Screech, I could defeat it right now with struggle, but the chance of that happening is astronomically low. I remember calling Raichu the R word. Oh, yeah, he hates Raichu. I don't think he calls it the R word anymore, but the reason he hates Raichu is because we did it as one of those, like, randomized solo runs, like where all the wild Pokemon and the items were random, and Raichu just gets nothing by level up, and if you cannot find Body Slam or Thunderbolt TMs anywhere, you're in trouble. Plus, here's the thing, in a normal Red and Blue run, you really don't have to face many like Doug Trios and Rhydons. Imagine random trainers in the early game having a Doug Trio. It's awful. Or even a Diglett for that matter. Or a Soul. Have you defeated 1A? Yes, I did. He was actually the first trainer I beaten. And you may be asking, why not do the Light Years Junior trainer? I'd have to beat him with struggle, and the amount of time it would take to drain all my Growls and Thunder Wave would essentially make that obsolete. Like, it's not effective at all. Like, I just gotta train here to level 18. Technically, level 20 is safer, because it gives you more wiggle room for HP for recoil. Because at level 18, I'll have about 24 HP of wiggle room, because you're gonna take 34 HP in recoil to beat Brock, because of how struggle works. But the problem is with 24, that includes the Geodude and the Onix using Tackle or Bide. But at level 20, you get 30 HP, but I think the amount of time it takes to go from 18 to 20, I could probably get like 14 resets in Brock at that time. So I'm just going to do 18, but I'm going to go into the fight with one Growl to make the Geodude a little bit easier. I'm not going to go for 2, though, because I'm not sure the damage output will be different from 1 to 2. Like, I think going from no Growls to 1 Growl might take off, like, maybe 1 or 2 damage, but I don't think a second Growl will make a difference. Kind of like how if you were to use, like, a Tail Whip on Geodude. Like, if you use 1 Tail Whip, you notice a difference, but then you don't see a difference again till, like, 4 Tail Whips. Something like that. I don't think the second one will be worth it. Yeah, we gotta reset if Onix Bide's turn 1, because we'll lose far too much of our HP. He's gonna use Bide later, just not right away. Hold on, question. Does recoil damage from things like struggle affect the Bide counter? Like, is self-inflicted damage added to the Bide counter, or is it, like, subtracted? Like, you know how Leech Life subtracts Bide damage? Does recoil damage mess up Bide in any way? I know a lot of things mess up Bide. No, I don't think so. Smash Math. Or Zealouspawn. Oh yeah, I think after Brock, it can go close to minimum battles. Because I'll have access to Thunderbolt, Body Slam, Seismic Toss. Seismic Toss is going to be really helpful for the rock types. Better than Submission, though. I'm on mobile, so accessing my damage calc is harder. Well, no, you don't need to do damage calcs. What I'm trying to ask is, like, if the Onix uses Bide and I hit it with a move that does recoil damage, does the recoil damage affect Bide in any way? Like, does it make Bide do more damage? You're on an exercise bike. So, can't you install Linux on it and run your damage calculator on there. Yeah, it's pretty much going to be Thunderbolt, Body Slam, Seismic Toss. I'm not sure what the fourth move's going to be. Reflect? Okay. Yeah, I think Seismic Toss is going to be better than Reflect. Bide is affected by healing, but to my knowledge doesn't consider recoil. Yeah, I'll have Mega Punch too, just I'll eventually replace it with Reflect. I think Pikachu, though, learns Light Screen. I'm pretty sure it doesn't count. Yeah, I'm not sure it does. I know doing things like using a potion or using, like, Focus Energy or your own Bide can actually add on the previous damage to the Bide counter. Kind of like, I guess the term is now coined the Bide crit. I remember people were doing it during the Mew race. X items as well. Yeah, I think it's items and moves that don't do damage or lower or increase stats. I think using Meditate doesn't increase the Bide counter. Well, actually, no. Maybe it does. Hey, look, Lucky Pikachu. Also, I've used up my one escape rope already. Yeah, no light screen TM in this game, sadly. Honestly, they should have gotten rid of Psywave and just made light screen as a TM. Yeah, if only my overlay had a XP bar on it. And honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to getting Psychic behind Sabrina. Yeah, it never made sense that Sabrina has never given the Psychic TM in her life. Imagine doing this on original hardware. True. Hey, a lot of people as kids played like this. Like, if you ever played Yellow version and you had to train up Pikachu to learn Slam or Double Team, this is what they had to do. Although in Yellow it was slightly easier to train because the Pokemon are higher leveled. $17. We're almost there. Might try Crystal Magikarp on original hardware sometime. Why would you do that? I know there's one guy in Scott's solo running Discord who does Heart Gold with first stages. He always creates the egg in another game and trades the egg to his other cartridge. He does all his runs on original hardware. Which props to him, but I'm not doing that. I'd rather try Crystal Meth. Okay, I'm not sure I'd go that far. Perky Penguin, yeah, that's him. Alright, hopefully I can get leveled up in the next 12 Thunder Shocks. How many calciums do I need? Vitamin of the day, protein only. Stab Thunderbolt more than makes up for the lack of calcium. Yep, no calcium today. I mean, our special is already pretty high. I don't think this thing really needs calcium. The proteins will help with extra damage for Body Slam, though. Because Body Slam doesn't get stab. Hey, do you guys notice in my stats bar in the bottom left, you see I have 9 proteins and 9 calcium available, but 8 in everything else? That shows you do not get much special attack stat XP in this part of the game. It's all HP, speed, and defense. I mean, the defense and HP are pretty obvious because of the Metapod and Kakunas. Picking up Mimic, right? I don't see it in the league. Yeah, no, we're not. Reflect and Seismic Toss will be more than enough. You know what? Just train in this grass. Yeah, our moveset for the league is Thunderbolt, Seismic Toss, Body Slam, and Reflect. Yeah, we're doing level 18. I mentioned this earlier, but the amount of time it would take to go from 18 to 20, I could probably get 14 Brock resets in that time. Oh, wait, I have to actually get Struggle. Right. Why did I heal? Okay, I should not have healed there. That was kind of dumb. Yeah, mimicking Horn Drill will be like the one good thing. I mean, even without the healing, I think I still had like 15 Thundershocks. Yeah, I should not have healed there. Whoops. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. It's a force of habit whenever I grind before Brock. Actually, wait. I think this is where this grass is justified. Because you get the encounters more often. I just want to drain PP. Yeah, I think with Seismic Toss, we don't really need Horn Drill. It would speed it up, though. Actually, maybe Mimic Horn Drill is the strat. Mimic Harden against the Hiker. I don't think his Onyx has Harden. Does it have Harden in red and blue? Maybe it does. Yeah, we'll still need to find a Kakuna, but I'm just trying to drain Thundershock. Yeah, on the bright side, I'll be level 19. It'll give me like 3 more HP of wiggle room. But Seismic Toss is better. I mean, for the champion specifically, like, wouldn't it take like 3 Seismic Tosses to knock out the Rhydon, and then 3 or 4 of them to knock out the Executor? But in that time, I could just use Horn Drill. Because the Executor does have Barrage. Or Hypnosis, too. Oh, it has have Harden? Okay. No, what I'm thinking is, like, maybe just for the champion, I could replace Seismic Toss with Horn Drill. That could save me a lot of turns. But if I miss, like, 3 Horn Drills, I'm probably still saving a net 1 turn. But there is the whole thing of, like, actually getting the thing. Alright, I'm gonna save 1 Thundershock for the Kakuna. It'll be really funny if this XP gets me to 19. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I should mimic Horn Drill for Rhydon and Executor, or just stick to Seismic Toss and just, bank on no Hypnosis? Like, what do you think will be overall faster? That was quick. Alright, remember, I gotta save 1 Growl. 1 Growl. So, how's everybody doing? I mean, this is nowhere near as bad as Tangela in yellow. I think my yellow Tangela split was like a half hour. There we go. I like Horn Drill, shocking no one. I like Horn Drill too, but the question is it worth the time save? Alright, how many tries do you think Brock will take? I have my over-under set to 4. Okay, Growl, that reduces it to 3 damage. I don't know what the damage would have been without the Growl, though. Probably like 4. Wow, even with 2 defense curls, Struggle still does more than 1. Alright, I need 18 HP for the Onyx. That's a turn 1 bite, isn't it? Yep. First reset. Some. You think it'll be 2 tries? Alright, well, that was 1 try. You know, I really should have done a Struggle without Growl and see how much Tackle does. Wait, no, I can't do that. I have to use Growl no matter what. Well, Zell's Pawn, what I was thinking is, I don't think the going from 1 to 2 Growls might make a difference. Like, would using a second Growl bring it down to 2 damage? We can look at it during the during the XP Rooter section. Return Bide. Yeah, we'd have to look at the XP Rooter. See what it looks like with 0 Growls, 1 Growl, and 2 Growls. You gotta remember, the more Growls I do, the more chances Geodude has of hitting me. Plus, you gotta remember, the Growls do not affect the Onyx. I mean, the Geodude has the higher attack stat anyway. $25. That's not much room there. Alright, at least Tackle does 3. Honestly, you know what I'm starting to notice? I think Brock using Bide is an immediate death sentence. Like I said, the amount of time it takes to go from 18 to 20, my odds don't really improve that much. And it only gives me an extra 6 HP. And that amount of time, I could do like 10 resets. So I just have to Aerodactyl a fight. What's the base attack? 90. This fight seems to be a real struggle. Bam, that guy. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think Bide is an immediate death sentence. Unless it's a 2-turn Bide. I think even if it's a 2-turn Bide, that still sucks. I mean, I actually did mention, at level 18, you would essentially have to have the Onyx throw really hard. But this is the strat I'm going with. Hey, Shadow. I mean, the stat at -0, which I saw, was 26. Oh, the base attack of the Geodude, you meant? Oh, I don't know that. I think we needed to not bide until we could knock it out. Exactly, yeah. Save the bide for the end is what we want. You know, I really should have put Growl in slot 1, just so I can spam A. I think it would be a good bonus if the Geodude just spams Defense Curl. That way we have more HP for the Onyx. You know, it is nice though we get the level up. Did Struggle Gen 1 miss? Is it possible for Struggle to Gen 1 miss? Geodude has base 80? Ah. Yeah, Geodude's attack is pretty decent. Onyx is like half of Geodude. Like, the Onyx tackle does 3, Geodude with a Growl does 3. Like, I'm not sure the second Growl would put it down to 2 HP. Struggle? Yeah, I think that was a Gen 1 miss. Four damage at -0, 2 damage at -2. Oh, you did the math just now? But honestly, though, you do also have to consider, like, if we use 1 extra Growl, that gives the Geodude another potential chance of a tackle. Like, would the less damage be worth it? I don't know. Man. I was holding B. Two Growls is probably better. It might give me an extra 2 or 3 HP for the Onyx, but in the end, though, I don't think it really matters. I just need the Onyx to cooperate. But honestly, I think the mid-battle level up is actually making this fight more consistent. Dude, no. We're so close. I think that moment the Onyx used Tackle, if it had gone for Bide instead, and it was a 3-turn, we probably would have won. Yeah, I think if this was yellow version, you would want to come here like maybe with 2 or 3 Growls. But I think for red and blue, 1 Growl might just be enough. Yeah, this is an Aerodactyl simulator. This is the reason a second run wouldn't really be justified. Because do you really want to go through this hell again? Oh, dude, why'd you Bide? Oh, yeah, doesn't matter. We were close that time. I think if the Onyx had waited 1 more turn to use Bide, I probably would have won. Yeah, I think the mid-battle level up is actually improving our odds. I mean, level 20 would be safer, but it takes a lot of time to get an extra 2 levels. And even at level 20, you still need it to cooperate. You're better off just starting the grind right away. Tackle. 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 Okay, dude. Oh. Wait. Why did the bide not last long? Did I miss struggle? Or was that just a really quick bide? Yeah, Ditto versus Giovanni 3. Oh god, that fight's a nightmare. I think you need multiple crits with that fight. One Growl versus 2 is close in red and blue. Ah. I died from the recoil? Oh, that wasn't Bide that killed me, it was the recoil? Oh. Dude. We keep having a lot of close calls. Like, the Onyx is cooperating slightly. It's not using Bide at the start, but I don't want it to not use Bide the entire time. Otherwise we kill ourselves, because from how many tackles he used. I think the best case scenario would be like 1 or 2 tackles, some screeches, and end it off with Bide. I think that would be best case. Struggle. Tackle. Tackle. Screech. Screech. Bide. Use Bide. Oh. Yes! 3-turn Bide. It only took 12 resets. Sub 30. Just barely sub 30. Oh my god. Let's go. At least I don't have to go shopping. Yeah, I'm sure if we got to level 20, it could have taken like 9 tries. But I still think this is overall faster. Yeah, it would have been RNG dependent either way, so is it really worth the extra 2 levels? I don't think it is. Just go to 18 and just start right away. Alright, Misty and Surge, Mega Punch, Nugget Bridge, Seismic Toss, Misty's free, get Body Slam, and Surge is the gift shop manager. Does Thunderwave even increase catch rates in Gen 1? I know it doesn't in Gen 2, but good thing I bought a lot of balls. Oh my god, you stupid bird. Finally. Hey, Paris. Route to lower its stats for catching it? That doesn't affect catch rates. That was a pretty lucky Paris, though. Paris is least common on the top floor. Hey, Zealous Pond, don't forget Mega Punch. Paralysis does increase it. I guess I was just unlucky. Look, another Paris. Great Paris. Oh my god. Alright guys, what do you think? Rival 2 or Misty first? I think we should do Misty first. Not going to be hard at all. RNG manip confirmed. Hey, I don't do a Scott. I don't manually manip the RNG. Or digitally manip it. There's manual RNG manipulation and digitally manipping the RNG. At least the poison flashes aren't as bad as in yellow. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna skip both the trainers in Misty's gym. Well, the one trainer. In Fire and Leaf Green, you can skip both of them. This person's optional in the remakes. Alright, I'm going to save, though, because I'm sure even though I'm level 22, I think Pidgeotto might survive a Thundershock. Oh. Well, can't be too safe. Also, technically, Mega Punch does more damage, unless Thundershock is super effective. But I think for the weak opponents and the stuff that's weak to electric, I'll use Thundershock. Like, I'll use Thundershock here, but I think for the Nidoran, I'll use Thunder Punch. But watch it survive. Oh! At least I'm proven wrong. Steve's second playthrough got a 28-minute Brock. Damn, he must have gotten real lucky with that Brock then. Mine was quite similar to his. And it's not like Steve did blackout training either, because this thing literally cannot blackout train on the junior trainer. That's with 20? Okay, yeah, so you see what I mean? Well, wait, when he got level 20, how many tries did it take him? That's important information. You guys think I should get the Thunderwave TM? It's right there. I can easily get it if I want to. No. Do this guy. 4 tries. Okay, yeah, so the amount of time it took for him to get level 20 with 4 resets, I was a minute slower, but I did level 18 with 12 tries. Well, 18 into 19. But I was close to winning 3 separate times, so it's still entirely luck. Like, I think that first run where I was close to beating Brock, if I had won on that try, I would have been like 2.5 minutes ahead. But I still think 18 is the better strat. Alright, we are going to need Seismic Toss for Rock Tunnel, so I do need to beat this guy. Theoretically, you could also use the rest on the self-destruct hiker strat by just spamming rest, but I think Seismic Toss was faster, and besides, it helps for the Cubone. Well, Body Slams for the Cubone. Or I guess you could just spam, you could just spam Body Slam, but Seismic Toss will help for Giovanni as well in Sylph. Because for some of the Pokemon... Oh, crap. I don't have enough HP. I don't have enough power points. I saved. It is a very good thing I saved. Oh my god. Since you have to get this, I don't know if Mimic helps. You can just Seismic Toss the Onix. Yeah, exactly. We really don't need Mimic. Question, can I win with 1 Thundershock and 2 Mega Punches? Okay, yeah, I feel like that was my fault. I could have taught Seismic Toss before the fight. Like, in case Mega Punch missed, I had a backup. Good thing I taught that. Also, if you turbo the A button during the animation where Bill's in the machine, you can actually talk to the PC again. Where's my escape rope? There it is. Thankfully, that missed Hypnosis. Darn it. That grass movement was a little sloppy. I'm surprised I didn't encounter 2 things. Sandy's not a problem. What about Raticate guy? Nope, not him either. Alright, we're not going to need rest. We're just going to get Body Slam and the rare candy. Actually, I don't think we need the rare candy. I mean, it is one of the... you know what? I'm going to skip the rare candy. I know, right? Skipping the rare candy. How unlike me. I'm not going to put it in slot 1, though, because I want Thunderbolt for slot 1. I almost always pick that up. That's for yellow. Well, I feel like since I heavily overtrained for Brock, I feel like I'm not going to need that rare candy. I mean, I'll get a bunch of the other ones, but probably not that one. I mean, if I beat Brock at like level 15 or something, I probably would get it. Alright, say hi to the gift shop manager. Actually, he's probably the assistant manager today. Wow, okay, that thing actually lived. I won. His Voltorb was the only thing that survived a hit. That's funny. Oops. Okay, if you guys are wondering why that happened, it's a thing I do with Pokebite. I freeze Surge's trash can puzzle. Oh god. Well, that's annoying. I freeze Surge's trash can puzzle, in Pokebite, and that's a side effect. Because the bite that controls Surge's trash can puzzle also controls whether the trainers in his gym fought you or not. So the one effect is if I screw up my movement, I could theoretically get stuck in a battle loop. Yeah, even after fighting Surge. It's not like that training is going to make a difference in this run. If anything, that just wasted time. I do wonder how that's going to look in the router, though. People are going to be so confused. You know, theoretically, if I had only fought him once, it would still be legit, but the fact he saw me a second time... Yeah, I know Scott's always been telling me you don't want to freeze Surge's trash can puzzle, because it can lead to the trainers infinitely fighting you if you screw up your movement, but... We're only 42 minutes in. Yeah, exactly. Besides, it's not like the guy was good training. He just had a single Pikachu. Is it a problem that I'm out of body slams? No, it's not. I'm not really using body slam a whole lot else. I'll just defeat these grass types with Thunderbolt. Whoa. That was close. Alright guys, do you think we're going to first try the hiker? Not the hiker in the Elite Four, but this hiker. Hey, missed rock throw. Nice. First try, let's go. But yeah, I should really have a thing in my overlay to where it'll set the trash can flag, like, as soon as I enter Surge's gym, but I just freeze it at the start. But it always has that risk, but that almost never happens. I don't think one of Surge's trainers has fought me like that in over a year. It's been such a long time since that's happened. Because you just go left and go straight down, and you never encounter him. It's because I went down on the wrong side. Alright, I am gonna need one Pokédoll, one TM33, and Super Repels. Perfect shopping trip. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of Thunder Wave. I was just lucky that that old man... it's a fortunate thing, like, whenever you defeat the trainers, they just look up, down, left, and right randomly. So I was able to still get past him, but I was really worried I was going to have to fight him again on the way out. It's like the old man wants revenge for crashing Surge like that. You know, technically speaking, I could just go inside my red and blue ROM with the disassembly and just set trash can puzzle to always be true. But the problem that I've noticed is that the Universal Pokemon Randomizer won't recognize it as a legitimate ROM, so I can't replace the starter. I mean, I, I could probably just use the Pokebite property to set my starter, so I wouldn't have to do that. But, oh well. Alright, so what's our mid-game routing gonna look like? Safari Zone, Sylph, Erica, Koga, Warden Candy, Blaine, Sabrina. Grab Reflect, Proteins, Biker Boss only, grab Proteins and Sylph in Safari Zone. Let's see, Rare Candidate to level 52 for Giovanni 3. Be 55 for the League with the Victory Road Candy to reset your XP. At level 55, you'll level up before the champions Gyarados, and you'll cleanly two-shot the Dragonairs. Also, you guys want to know why I use a repel in front of the Snorlax and not a super repel? Check this out. By the time the repel runs out, it's usually within 2 tiles of the PP up. So it really helps you find it. Really convenient. I think it was Steve who originally found that out, because of how the steps line up. But yeah, we're just fighting this guy only. We're not doing anyone else. Y'all saw nothing. No one saw anything. Other than that, that was a clean tree cutting session. You voted under? I think it'll be cutting it close. If I had to guess, I'll probably arrive at the League at an hour 7. Wonder if I could get away with getting this, too. I'm not going to teach it, but I'm going to try filling up the bag. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do Sylph now. Alright, thank you for not paralyzing me. Alright, we're not going to do any of the training here either. Actually, I think I'll do just this guy and the scientist next door. Just a little bit of training. Because we still need 53 after candies for Giovanni 3. And then do a clean level up to 55. For the League. Just a little bit. There's no other major item I need to pick up, is there? I think the only other thing I'd need to pick up is probably the secret key at this point. I think that's about it. Oh, PP up. And full restore. I need to find a spot on my overlay for a bag counter. Alright, I'm gonna max potion, then elixir. Hyper Potion. I think Seismic Toss might be better for the Nidoqueen. Well, it'll be better for the Rhydon for sure. But I think it might be better for the Nidoqueen too. You serious? I did save, right? Pretty sure I did. Yeah. Dang, reset to Giovanni. I mean, my fault. I probably should have used a Reflect. Yeah, getting a reset to Giovanni too. I mean, I expected Giovanni 3 because of the Doug Trio, but... Definitely not... Oh, dude, he just crit me again. Okay, he threw the fight. I'm gonna get the rare candy. That's... You know what? I'm gonna get these to fill my bag. I'm gonna beat Erica. Body Slam was doing more. I am not doing red bar strats for Erica. I'm going to try and save some of the super potions, though. I do want to try and get a hold of the whole bag manipulation thing. You got... Seriously? Uh-oh. No, 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 no. Wow. Wow, that was cruel. There we go, that's how it should have gone. Poison. I'll just deal with it. I'll just heal at Mom's house. I meant to save. I'll be fine. Surely I'll be fine, right? I'm gonna go for a quick reflect. See, we're fine. I'm gonna fight Psych really quick. Everyone say hi to Psych. I don't think there's a protein in the mansion. My bag might be full. Figured. Alright, on the bright side, my bag should be full for Blaine and Sabrina. I think the S Sand Candy is more efficient than a couple of the optionals we're picking up. I mean, I didn't really fight that many optional trainers. I think the only major optional trainers I fought, besides Body Slam, were Eradicate Sandwich and the Scientist by the Teleporter, and Psych. The two Sylph ones are pretty mid. I mean, it's the mid game. What do you expect? Holy crap! Crit Fire Blast. Okay, Blaine apparently ate his Wheaties today and quit sniffing super potions. Holy shit. Okay. I think I repeated the RNG there. Okay, apparently Blaine is not high on super potions this time. This run is cursed. It absolutely is cursed. Yeah, it's looking like yellow Blaine. On the bright side, my bag is full. How many rare candies do I have? Ooh, clean level up. Nice. I need 53 for Giovanni. See, I have 8, so 45 plus... Yep, exactly 53. That's what I want. I'll just get it here. And I'll just pick up that revive as well. I'm gonna try and not use that potion. Because if possible, I would like to not get the item from Giovanni. If possible. I mean, if my health gets too low, then I'll use one. But I'm gonna try. Yeah, I don't need it. Oh, the minimum level was 52. Oh well. Oh, I forgot the... defeat that first. Oops, wrong move. Honestly, I think the rival fight's gonna get us to level 55. That means we probably don't need the Victory Road candy. Yeah, we probably don't need it. I mean, my level up is not gonna happen in the right spot, but I only really care about mid-battle level ups if I'm using badge boosting moves. But since I'm not, I don't really care. I mean, I don't plan to mimic any badge boosting move. Honestly, I think because of that, I might have picked up one too many rare candies. Honestly, I don't think it was the rare candies. I think I should not have fought those optionals in Sylph. I think if I had skipped those, I would have gotten 52 for Giovanni. That way I could be a clean 55 at the start, so the XP wouldn't get affected. But I think in the grand scheme of things, it probably doesn't really matter that much. Dude. Y'all saw nothing. Nobody look. Flag boulder. Flag boulder. I'm scared of that trainer. Alright, let's do this. Lorelei. Thunderbolt spam, body slam the Jinx. Pretty simple. Mimicking Amnesia would not be necessary here at all. Wait, body slam. Thunderbolt, what am I doing? I thought that was the Jinx. Oops, misclicked. Imagine if that paralyzed me. Or if that froze. Alright guys, time for the hiker. Funnily enough, he's going to be more difficult than Lorelei. Because at least he'll be doing decent damage. And he's going to take several hits. See? That rage did a whole 3 damage. Alright, Agatha Lottery. No point in using a reflect here. Okay, Haunter, calm down. Haunter. Oh, Haunter. Wow. Okay, just wow. That was mean. Hypnosis, Confuse Ray. Right back to sleep, 2 Dream Eaters. I expect that kind of crap from the Gengar, but not from the Haunter. Okay. What, 4? I hit myself 4 times. Okay, at least this one... Okay, that thing could have used Nightshade and killed me, but we're good. Alright, Champion. Reflect Thunderbolt the Pidgeot. Wow. Sylph Bar strats. Also, that was a misclick. I should have body slammed the Dragonairs. Dude, quit trying to do Sylph Bar strats on me. Not cool. Hey, I outspeed Aerodactyl. Oh. Okay, the rare Hyper Beam Recharge. In Gen 1. No, I don't need to teach anything. Alright, Reflect Thunderbolt Pidgeot, Body Slam Alexiam, Toss Rhydon, Bank on Badge Boost. Reflect cancels out 2 defense drops. One Leer. 2 Leers. Fury Attack. Well, at least we get some boosts for the Exeggutor. Wow, 2 paralysis. My luck's starting to turn finally. Wrong move. I could have been punished for that. 107.22. 18 resets, 0 blackouts, level 61. I probably split a second too early because of that level up, so I'm just going to call that a 107.23. This did a lot better than I thought. Funnily enough, I had a sub 30 Brock. But I would say I made 2 mistakes this run. Huh. I guess the rare candy to 53 before Warren actually ended up helping out. Honestly, I think the Elspeth was a little right. I think I could have picked up the SSAN candy and skipped the 2 optionals in Sylph. Because, I mean, I still got to 53 with the 8 candies I had, but I could have had a 9th candy and still candied to 53 anyway. But I think those 2 Sylph trainers could have been skipped. But I think the only, like, major optional battle that I did that was worth it was Biker Boss. At least to my knowledge. Still, this did really good. Better than I thought. Hey, actually, what time did Steve get with Raichu? I'm sure his time's a lot higher, because the run was probably done back when Steve used to do a lot of training. I mean, I'm guilty of that too, but still curious. He technically had a faster Brock split, because he did level 20 and just got better luck. Anyway, let's put this on the leaderboard. 18 resets. 107.22. Game time of 3:45. Could go sub hour with a first try Brock. Yeah, that's not happening. Sub hour is not happening with this thing. Dallas Pawn, no one's gonna try that. You would essentially you'd have to be willing to spend 18 minutes to train to Brock just to reset right away if you lose. Like, no one's gonna do that. That's incredibly stupid. Brock percent. That's what Mew was. The Mew race was Brock percent. Anyway, if we take a look at the leaderboard here, right monitor this time. First place overall is still Blastoise. Jolteon barely squeaked out in the top 10. And down in 17th out of 20th is Raichu. It did worse than Sandshrew. A frickin' Sandshrew did better than this thing. It was super held back. And that Pidgeotto time with a 117, that run did the fly paralysis glitch for Lorelei. My current rule set would ban that because I edited my rules around that. I'm only allowed to do the fly paralysis strat on a fight where you can actually get paralyzed. Nothing on Lorelei's team can paralyze you, except probably a Jinx Body Slam, but I don't think it has Body Slam. No, it doesn't. So yeah, nothing on Lorelei's team can paralyze you, so it would make it invalid. But whatever. It still took a lot of resets anyway. And yeah, Nidoran female is still the worst. Sandshrew was pretty good. It was actually okay. The only thing that really sucked about Sandshrew was you had to do a lot of grinding for Misty, but other than that, it was pretty good. I mean, look at Charmander here. I remember with Charmander, I had to Swords Dance into Mega Kick for the Gyarados. That's the reason I'm level 72. Anyway, thank y'all for stopping by, everyone. I do appreciate it. The next stream will be tomorrow, where Steve and Ike will join us for a Pokemon Crystal backport. We'll be doing a Lowland Golem, because that is the member-requested run from Area 91. So yeah, at least I can participate in it. I will see y'all later. Bye.